Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. Sorry, I didn't notice that I using my microphone and then I did not use my wireless microphone. So I notice in a few minutes. Okay. So once again, I would like to make a love shout out to all my members who is still there, my pioneers members. So thank you so much for still tuning in to my membership. And then for those not yet part of my membership, feel free to click that join button. I really appreciate that. And of course, mega love shout out to all my new subscribers who subscribed my channel and to all unsubscribe me. Don't worry about that. All you have to do just go back to my channel and subscribe. All right. So sometimes people they unsubscribe and sometimes desubscribed. Okay. So all you have to do is just go back to my channel and subscribe. And I really appreciate that. And of course, mega love shout out to all my generous super chatters and of course to all my generous um sponsors. Sponsor. So today is December 10, 12 midnight. All right. So I'm on the reindeer of my channel. Okay. So here. So, guys, time moves so fast. Okay. So it's just like I thought that it's still November, but, it's almost to the uh, almost to third week of December. Okay. So who else are gonna, of course, I would like also to make a love shout out to my new viewers, of course, and my subscribers who subscribed my channel. So this is kind of a common that we're gonna talk because sometimes we people we don't need to change some other context or content. All we need to do just keep on repeating so that people will understand what really means that kind of thing to one another. Okay, so it's just like, well, I'm gonna talk that later because that's very important also for those people that they can't they can't understand or value things like effort or respect. That's very important to us. Okay, but anyway, so can you hear me, guys? How is my my microphone? Wait, I have to. So I'm wearing red. Actually, guys, I've been looking for my my outfit tonight or today because it's 12 midnight. So all my tops I use that for so many times. So when I checked my cabinet, so I saw this. Okay, because actually red is my favorite color. Okay, so where I can clip on this. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, so red. Oh my goodness, I have so much red stuff on my clothes. Okay, so I love because red is very, very for me a very attractive color. So most of actually here in the Philippines, like for Chinese Filipino, when it's their birthday, they wear red. Okay, if you go to the restaurant and everybody is wearing red, so one of them a celebrant, birthday celebrant, because red color it brings luck. Okay, And then I'm not really into the black color, but I have some, pants, I have, but because, they say that black color is just like a, a morning color. Okay. But for me, black is beautiful. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Especially for skin color. Black color is beautiful. Black is beauty. But this is one thing that it reminds me of my dad, because he said that not all black are beautiful. So it's really on the opposite side. Sometimes it goes on his way, but sometimes you will understand that makes sense what he said. Okay, but in general, whatever look you are, it's just like it's kind of a black is beautiful, or black is uh nice color, because when you match other color, or black, and especially red color and black, oh my god, very very like positive and negative. Oh my goodness. Oh, magandang gabi sa iyo, MP. Oh, thank you for listening. So guys, 16 days to go is Christmas. So Christmas here in the Philippines, well, anyway, when the bear month starts, it's Christmas for us. September, that's the bear month. So that's the start of Christmas until Three Kings, and that's the time after the Three Kings celebration. That's the time that we starts to remove all the Christmas decor. Okay, so how many months is this? Oh, September, October, November, December. Oh my goodness, 4 months. So, and that's for those in Tagalog, for those ninang or ninong. So that's godmother or godfather. Sometimes it makes me laugh when I saw some video, because of course, if you have a lots of inaanak, if you are the godmother or the godfather, of course, it's given that you have to give them a gift. It doesn't matter how much the cost of that gift. So you have to give them, or else, if you can't give that, they will save that for next year. Who is this? Hi, Henry. How are you, Henry? It's been a long time, Henry. How are you? So sometimes, it makes me laugh because some of the godmother and the godfather are hiding and they know that somebody's knocking the door, they just pretend that they don't hear that. Everything is doing good. I'm feel good. I'm happy. I'm always happy. So here's the thing, guys, that because every region, like, because I'm in the Philippines, okay, but in the Philippines, we have three region, okay. Luzon is belongs to Metro Manila, okay, that's part of Luzon. Visayas, like Dumaguete, Guimaras, that's in Visayas, and then Davao, that's part of Mindanao. So every region, they have tradition when it comes to Christmas. So get close to moving to Macomb. Oh, Mississippi. That's my mother-in-law's birth place. So we have how many acres of land there. But anyway, so in my hometown, okay, my parents, imagine guys, we're all nine girls. So my parents cannot give us just only one gift to my siblings because, other siblings will get jealous. So just my mom, instead giving us, I don't really experience that, like, to have a commercial toy. See, we grown that, we create our own games, but it's fun. And I really enjoy my childhood because, we're not really into the commercial toy. So we create games, or we create some toys that we want to play. So the thing is, we're not really into that. Okay, so some kids, especially living in the city, Filipino kids, they are expected, their aunties or their mom and dad will give them a gift. But us, it's okay. It's not really a big deal. Until when I grow that, if somebody will give me a gift, oh, that's very, it's heaven. But if it's not, no big deal, because we grown that, it's not really a big deal for us. If we have somebody give us to give, it's okay. But if you don't know, that's a regular days. So, and my big sister, she's living in Cavite. Oh, that's in Aguinaldo. Because Cavite, guys, it's a big region in Luzon. So she's living in Cabulusan, Bailin. Okay. And then my sister Liklik, that time that we're single, like I'm in 20s, in my 20s, we always go there, my niece. So we didn't know, because, that's our traditional in my hometown in Negros, that, it's not really big deal that, go to house to ask some money or gift. And I was surprised at that time we were working. And then there's a lot of kids that fall in line in my sister house, and we don't really know about that. And we asked my sister, "Oh, ate, why they're standing here in waiting? They something waiting?" And then my big sister, me and my sister click that, "Oh, they need to, you have to give them it, any amount, okay?" So but it's kind of if you have extra money, you can give them like 10 pesos. That time, 2000, 2020, like 2003. Okay, 10 pesos, 20 pesos. That's big amount for them to give, because they go to house. And of course, before that, my nephews and some of my nephews' friends, they fall in line, and you have to give that 20 pesos or 10 pesos. And even adults also, they fall in line. You have to give them 50, but they don't really complain because they go that house to house. So when is this traditional here in Biden? Then my sister told me, yes, that's traditional. So every year, so we have to set aside. Of course, we receive our 13th month, so we have to separate, the money to give them. Okay, so that's the reason why, guys, that some of Western people don't get upset to your girlfriend or to your wife, because every district or every region, we have different tradition, or culture, that they're still doing that, especially when it comes to Christmas. So you don't have to give them a big amount, as long as you give them like five pesos. They don't really mind about that. Okay, that's children there in Cavite, in Violet, they have to dress up, and then their parents bought them clothes, to go house to house, guys. So that's, the only thing that, kids can able to get a few, a few amount that they want if they go house to house. So that's very common. So don't be surprised if you coming here in the Philippines first time, to celebrate with your girlfriend or your wife Christmas. That's very common, guys. Don't be surprised if your wife or girlfriend did not tell you that. Now you know. Okay, now you know. But anyway, they will not force you to give. If you can say that, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I don't have any, so they will leave. Okay, but don't be surprised that if you can see that, on your mother-in-law or your sister-in-law's house, there's so many children fall in line because of that. Okay, but anyway, it's not our content for tonight. So that's very common. So even though here in my place, every year we celebrate, Christmas in my community. So every year, so we do have, uh, well, the food, it's every house. So last year, 2 years ago, some of my, my neighbor, next door neighbor, we share some food. Okay, but this year they don't really communicate us, so I don't know if they want to share food. But me, I just prepare a little snack, and then we have some raffle draw, and then we have some dance, live band, and then a few games. I've been teasing my girlfriend about Xmas. She thinks it about the gifts, and I believe it's all being with family and friends. Well, just Philippines is a Catholic country. There's still a lot of Filipino are very devoted when it comes to Christmas. But me, I'm not really into that. Even, it's Christmas is coming. I don't have any Christmas decor in my house. Okay. But I'm not against those people that, put something Christmas decor in. I'm a Catholic. I'm baptized in a Catholic, but I'm not really into go to church. When I was a kid, yes, I do. I go to church. Well, sometimes if I'm uh what do you call that? If I'm sad, I go to church, you know, just to voice out my emotion. And that's how Filipino people, when they are sad, if there's a problem that they cannot really share, or just to keep their own self, we go to the church, and we just talk about that in the church. Well, if you believe in God, we talk about God. Okay. But I'm not really into the to the go to church every Sunday or what. It's not religious, but it's fun teasing her sometimes. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong, to tease. I tease also, Frank, but it depends, how it is, how they deliver. Sometimes, sometimes people are, you know, sometimes when they think that they are teasing you, but sometimes, some people when they hear it, they get irritated on that. Okay, so the main topic is why people can't keep their promise. Okay, is promise is not for for relationship. For your family, friends, and relatives. Why most of out of 10 people drop their promise, just only 1 or 2% they keep it. But 8% of that people who drop their promise, they can't keep that promise. So why is like that? What is, what is the reason why they cannot, they cannot keep their promise? They always broke their promise. What's the reason behind of that? So that's very, that's very common for us. It doesn't really matter what nationality you are, where you're from, but most of people are like that. Okay. So, well, for me, it's just like, sometimes, when you look at that situation that, you don't, sometimes people, they have, sense of humor that they very good to deliver, the joke. Even though they are not yet finished, to deliver that joke, you LOL for that. But sometimes people, they are not really into they don't really have a good sense of humor to deliver that joke. Sometimes instead that you gonna catch up that and make laugh, sometimes you don't. You get irritated for that how they deliver. Sometimes it happens that to me that I don't really get it that it's a joke. I try to keep my promise, but sometimes things happen that I can't. That's how it at times. Okay. Yes, because here's this is uh, uh each of us has their own reason, has their own opinion when it comes the word promise or promises. Okay. So most of, this is, I always notice, okay, and this is 100% that it happened before the things that you have planned. Okay, okay. There's a occasion that, some of your friends, relatives, and associate friends, they plan for that. And by the time that it's almost to the date, it's suddenly there's a lot of alibis. Okay, why they cannot really tell straight to the person, you don't have to tell a lie if you can't come. Okay, why you have to tell a lie? Because if for me, I really respect you if you're honest to me why you can't come, or why you can't, why you broke the promise, or why you can't keep that promise. I will understand you if you tell me the truth and don't tell me a lie. Okay, because most of people, when is the right time, that if you have planned, and then they're very good of telling a lie. Okay, you don't have to tell a lie. If you can't come, just tell it you can't, and don't make any promises for that. Because here's the thing that I don't really like, because one, two two person that did that to me. Okay, I'm not really into that. If you're not coming, it's okay. I understand. But the thing is, last 2 minute guys, especially if I invite them, to come over in my place, that I invite them, to have a dinner or to have a lunch, or a snack for that. We don't. I don't. I'm the type of person is when it comes to that. I'm so organized. I'm not the type of person that last 2 minute. I'm not that. So example, if you're coming here, okay, like I invite you dinner time, okay. When I say 7 o'clock dinner time, Everything by 7 o'clock p.m. Everything is done. Okay. So, but before that, I have to buy something 1 day or 2 days before. And sometimes people cannot tell you, you already, it happens to me that, I'm not mad at, I'm not upset on him, but he did not come. But I was so disappointed about him because there's a time that to tell me that, oh, sorry, Lily, I can't made it this time. So maybe we can do that on the next time. Never. So I already bought things, okay? I spend a lot of money. I spend my effort, my energy, so that by the time that they coming here, I serve a good food to them. It's not a cheap food, but they don't really they don't really value that the effort. So that's the one thing, guys, that it makes me disappointed. It makes me uh, uh, upset because the effort, there's no respect. Okay, if you cannot really able to go, why you have to say that last 2 minutes, and then the person that do that effort, it's already done. It's, of course, they spend a lot of money, they spend a lot of lot of labor and energy for that, and then they end up that that money that they use, they can use that for other other stuff. Okay, so if you cannot really if you cannot really promise to yourself that you can able to go, then don't drop any words to convince the person invite you to come that you are not sure. Don't. Okay, don't, because it really shown that you have no respect that person. Okay, the effort. If I'm not sure if I can keep a promise, I will say so, because it's not the fair to keep someone waiting for you to do in something or whatever it is. But some people, they just love to people like, it happens to me that, Henry, okay, I'm not really, like I said, I'm not upset if you're going to tell me ahead of time. Don't tell me last 2 minutes, because especially if I invite you to come here to eat, or, for dinner with us, I already bought that stuff. Okay. So they don't. So that's the reason why I'm so upset about that. I'm not upset they are not coming, but try to value the effort. Effort. Barry walk civilians for. Hi, Barry. Hello. Blessing host and everyone is here. Thumbs up. So, guys, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Just 2 person, give me a thumbs up. Okay. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please. And then don't forget also to subscribe. Please like and subscribe. So that's the bottom line that I really want to point it out, because me, okay, who is this? Hi, Ronald. Hello. Thank you for coming. Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. No, happy holidays. So like my friend Sharon. So I really valued the friendship that I had to Sharon. Okay, so the first time she came here in Metro Manila with her husband, she really wants to meet us. But before that, we already talked to meet with each other. But that time, the first time she came here with her husband, they processing the visa for her husband, and I told her, okay. Uh, and then she mentioned that she will coming back, okay, because the visa uh, she has to wait for a few days. Okay, and then that's I told her perfect that because that time I am so busy, and then I want her to explore Manila first. Okay, so I told her it's okay, Sharon, if we can meet on the next time that you're coming back here in Manila, because I want you and your husband to explore Manila first before we met. And that's the thing that I did not say promise to her to meet her, so I give her advice to explore first Manila. So, and she said yes. And the second time I invite her for dinner, and then I did, because for me, to yourself that, oh, if it's not, if it's not happened, the the agreement between you and your friend, you can tell her ahead of time, not too last minute. And if your friend tell you to call him or to call her, you have to call, because that's part of respect. Okay, you have a sense of professionalism, because if you really want to if you really want to talk the person, you don't have to send a text message or do a chat message. You have to call that person, because it's part of respect to him or to her. So I don't really understand why people is just like me also, frank, when I chat, because it's very common for Filipino, and sometimes Western people already adopt that kind of style for Filipino, that they don't want to talk, they don't want to call, they just want to send message, or go to messenger and send it a chat. Excuse me. And then Frank always tells me, why don't you call? So I have to call, because it's different than you hear, or you hear the voice of the person than to chat. Okay. And of course, it's kind of a sign of respect also. All right. So, but most of us, most of us, our common sense is no longer common sense. Okay, and then if you cannot come, don't make any alibi that you think we're stupid not to understand why you say that. Okay, don't, because it's shame on you if you're gonna say that. We know that you're not. So don't be stupid for saying those kind of a stupid alibi. Okay, because we are not stupid. I'm not stupid. You are not stupid. So don't. Okay? So if you can't come, be honest. Just tell the person you can't come. All right? And then if you can't come, and then there's so many alibis. Okay? Lots of illness that you're gonna mention. But the truth is, you don't really want to go. But me, for the I really appreciate a person can really tell me straight and honest. Okay, I really admire that. But for those people that okay, better next time. No, if you're gonna do, especially we do effort, you don't value the effort that we done. Oh, saksak mo sa baga mo yung next time mo, because for you, no next time. Okay? No next time. Who you think you are. Okay? So that's the thing that, come on. There's nothing wrong to be honest to the person that you can, but don't make some alibis that, to yourself that it's not true. Okay? And Chandes. So I'm not saying this because that's I don't really like, because it happens to me twice. Okay, twice. And then you know to yourself, and I know to myself that their excuse is kind of a, it's not related on the situation that they doing. And they think that you have no brain to think that they are doing stupid. So don't I don't want to deal with that, because if you're gonna tell, oh, there's next time, no, no next time for you. And then it happens that to me, actually he's not a Filipino, okay, he's a Western man. And then try to reconcile on me that, oh Lily, I really want to visit you. And then, come on, after all that, I went to the store, that time is, I have a hard time, to get a taxi. So I have to, I have to deal with those taxi driver here, because I think that's almost to Christmas. And here in Metro Manila, guys, if you don't have a car, it's kind of a hard to do grocery, especially if you're gonna do grocery like 12 noon or 1 p.m. onwards. Okay, it's kind of a hard, and sometimes even though there's a taxi and you really want to go home, you have no choice to deal with the price of the taxi driver that they offer. And then I carry all the stuff, because that man, I asked him, what do you want me to cook for you? Imagine, guys, how I really treated, because I don't want them, they go to the other, cities and come here and for just to visit. Of course, I give to consideration them that, they can have, a Filipino food, because it's part of Filipino hospitality. Guys, I told him, what do you want? And then he said that, I want barbecue chicken. I want potato salad, American style. I want spaghetti. Okay, so I did that. Okay, no problem. I don't complain about the expenses, because I want my guests, to feel at home. Okay, they're comfortable. Okay, they enjoy the food that I cook for them. Okay, that's the bottom line that I really want to feel for them. But you know what, guys, last 2 minutes, and then he told me I can't come, and there's no reason. And then he said that he just do alibis that he was slip on in a passport chain, that he had a injury. Suddenly he had injury, but when I saw him in other show, he walks so fast, he's good. That's the thing that it pissed me off about that. And then a few months after, he just go to my channel and tell me, oh Lily, I really want to meet you in person, with Frank. And then I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing to him, because that time my shoulder, carrying those stuff in the store, that it's so heavy. I told to myself, okay, I don't say nothing to him, but for my I tell to myself, no next time for you. So I just ignored what he said. But no, because you did that on the first time, why should I trust you for that? Because it happens on the first time, it happens on the second time, third time, and fourth time. So that's the reason why, that even though me, if I'm not really sure, I will not drop. So if I know to myself that I can able to go or attend, I will tell to the person, okay, don't worry, I can come there, and oh, I can visit you if everything is okay. I'm not the type of person last 2 minutes, last 2 minutes. No, I'm not. Because I know the feeling. I know that feeling, guys. So that's why, for those Western people doing that to me, it's just like I told Frank, these Western people are very lucky because I cannot really express myself into American English. Okay, just a basic English that I can able to express. If they doing that to me, they're very lucky because if they are Filipino, I'm gonna curse like Filipino just to tell them that you did not write to me. Okay, so they're very lucky. But I'm still, but those kind of people, I don't really give a second chance. If they're gonna say, oh, there's a second chance, come on, saksak mo sa baga mo ang second chance, okay? Just tag that in your back, the second chance or next time, because you no longer second or next time for me. I don't know for Frank, but I know no second chance, no next time for him, especially if he did, the effort, guys, because when a person do a effort, that's part of, so that you're uh, welcoming a person in your house. But some people, they don't really value that. That's the thing that I cannot, give that person next time or second chance. No, because you're not the only fish in the ocean. Okay, I value friend who I value people who value me. I love people who love me. I respect people who respect me. So that's the thing. Oh my God, who you think you are? It's just like, hey, hey, hey. We're all human. We're all God's children. So don't be so, what do you call that? In Tagalog, don't be so paepal. Anyway, so here's the definition of promise or promises, or the explanation. Okay, I will read it to you guys. My goodness, it's already 47 minutes. Time moves so fast. My goodness. So guys, for those people right now that don't be too mean. Okay, be honest. Honest is the best policy. Okay, there's a thing that you don't have to be quiet about. Just be honest. Okay, tell the person, because like I said, that me, I will value the person that truly honest to me. Okay, I understand that, but don't be so, don't pretend that you're okay or you're good in that, but I know that you can't able to do that. Don't. Por Dios, por santo. Cuidado. Okay. So here's the other, the thing that about, a promise or promises are hard to keep due to unconscious feelings. Okay, changes in feeling circumstances. Yeah, I understand that, but if there's a changes in feelings or circumstances, Don't do that in the last 2 minutes. Okay, if there's a chance or if there's a time, tell to the person right away or ahora mismo, because who am I, or who are they, not to accept that you already tell them ahead of time, but not last 2 minutes, because this is not a basketball game. All right, the last 2 minutes, it's applied in basketball game. Okay, the old saying, you are good as your word. If your word doesn't mean anything, then you are not good. Precisely. Okay, and then the internal conflicts, such as doubt or resentment. So if you have a doubt about, like example, if you want somebody will invite you, okay, to visit their house, if you have a doubt, don't drop your promise. Okay, say no, you can't able to visit, or you can't able to go. As simple as that. So that once you say that you can, there's a period, there's no punctuation mark, or there's a question mark there. There's a period, means period, no need to explain or no need to wait. And then sometimes they think a task will take less time than it actual does. Well, if sometimes, some people, they come, or, there's a task like, they're gonna talk or what. And some people, especially when it comes, if you're a couple, sometimes, if behind of the scenes, that they cannot really control the mouth of the person that, things that unexpected. That's, I think that's, that's some of people that they are not doing right. Unexpected question. That's, I think that's the, that's the thing that it makes them, think that, oh, I have, I don't, I'm not really into the thing to visit or to go on that place. Unexpected. Okay, unexpected events. So like, if someone, okay, if they come in here, if you're it's suddenly, you invite a person that, she's single, but she had a boyfriend, or he's single but he has a girlfriend, things that they might avoid, things that, unexpected events. If you're gonna ask, oh, how is your, girlfriend that, before that, blah blah blah, that you bring her, that, we met, something like that. So sometimes I think that's the reason also that they don't really want to go onto the decision that, okay, let's go and visit, or, meet this person, because of that unexpected events or unexpected question that the person will ask. And then that kind of unexpected events can also throw off, making it hard to keep promise or promises. Take care, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, Henry, for coming, because I know it's, what time is there? It's one, it's 1 p.m. Here is 1 a.m. Okay, so that's, that's the thing, guys, that actually, guys, I give some, especially for those Western people, okay, men and women. we Filipina, that, I hear those Western people that they say that we Filipina, it doesn't really matter for them that, the marriage certificate to marry a woman. But for us, we Filipina, that's mean a lot to us. Okay, it means a lot to us because some Western people or Western men, they said it don't really matter that, we're not married as long as I take care of. It's not only that. Filipino reputation, it mean a lot to us. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys, that I'm a married, okay? And then if I have friend coming here that they are not, they are couple, but they are not, if they are not married, but the girl is married, but she's not annulled, or vice versa. If the man is, if the man is separated, but he's not annulled or divorced, guys, for a woman, for a Filipina living with the Western man that they are not married and then visited me, I'm a married Filipina, they have hesitation. They have hesitation because no matter what the man doing good for him, at the eyes of Filipino, it's so, some, they don't care what other people say or comment about them as long as they take care. But that thing is, it means a lot to us, particularly Filipina, because no matter how good you are at the eyes of the law and the eyes of Filipino eyes, you're still a side chick. You're still a mistress. You're still a other woman. Or in Tagalog, you're still a kabet. So sometimes they cannot really show that, they cannot really show their attitude, or they cannot really show their personality, because especially for Filipina to Filipina, they refuse, they refused to be friendly on me because of that. But I'm not prejudiced of that, because for me, as long as you're good to me, I don't mind if you're not married or if you're living with the married man. But there's kind of the reputation, because if some women, and then I'm a married, the treatment is totally different, especially for those Filipina that they are living with the married men, and then they have attitude. Oh my God, you don't really want to hang out with another Filipinas because of that. They gonna stick their nose on you, especially you shown attitude. So I think that's the reason also that they're not really into that. Okay. Because they cannot really, that's in Tagalog. They cannot really, or I'm gonna speak this in Tagalog, so it's up to you to, if you have Filipino, ask them in translate. Hindi masyado sila o obra sa ganyong kaek-eka nila. Okay, they cannot really show their their pride, their ego for that. So for Western men, you're gonna tell, it doesn't really matter, it's a piece of paper, the marriage certificate, but it brings a lot of stress with the girl that you with, if you cannot give that, because no matter what, still she's a side chick, she's the other woman, mistress. And the worst thing that we heard from Filipino mouth is kabet. O kabit yan. Ng agaw ng asawa yan, even though if it's not your intention. But still, all the cursing words, so for the men not really into that. Because we have a mentality here in Filipino mind that, for the men, if the men have a mistress, it's a kind of poggy points for them, additional poggy points. But for the woman doing that, oh, that's the worst. They're gonna curse you to death for that. It's just like you have no space on this earth by doing that. So for Western people, the piece of that paper that a woman really want, because that it really left their reputation. Okay, so that when they go outside their house, go meeting with other people, socialite with people, they are, taas noo, chain up. They don't want to bow their head, so that, everything that, they are, shame of their self. Because that's the truth, guys. How can you chain up if you are the side chick, or if you are a mistress, if you're the other woman, okay? You can't. You can chain up for that. So I think that's the reason also that sometimes, okay, but just to clarify and just to explain for those Western people that, and I hear that not only one man saying that it doesn't really matter if we can, I cannot give you, I cannot marry you as long as I take care of you. No, for you, for Western men, for you, it don't really matter. But for a Filipina, it means a lot. It's a big deal to have that kind of piece of paper, so that people will not look at you. Your piece of S is not a piece of paper. People, Filipinos, will look at you is a piece of S if you don't have that piece of paper. Okay, just remember that. So, any question? So now you know, guys. Okay, now you know. But in the other hands, guys, just the point that I really to uh, pointed out is just like, if you're not really sure to yourself that you can go or you can visit, don't drop any kind of promises, guys. Okay, don't. If you know to yourself ahead of time that you can really able to go or to join, then that's the time to contact the person that who invite you, or the person that who wants to meet you or you want to meet. Okay, but don't ignore their effort. Okay, don't, because that's undisrespectful. Okay, because guys, if you're honest to yourself, that's follow with the respect with yourself and also to other people. If you have no respect to yourself, then there's a lot of alibis, there's a lot of excuse. Okay, and then you cannot really respect, because if you cannot really respect the person, you don't appreciate the effort that the effort that they given to you. So that's the thing, that if you can't, then be honest. Sino ba tayo, or who am I that we cannot really accept that? Okay, but don't tell a lie. Okay, don't make some excuse that people, you think that we don't have a brain. Okay? That's the worst, worst thing. So, um, you already knows, guys, how the piece of paper a lot to Filipinas. Okay? And of course, some people that, once they found out that, oh, even some Filipina, celebrities, rich Filipina dealing with this, the side chick of the mayors, congressman, senator, vice president, or president. At the end of the day, they are not respected. They are not respected. They just nice to you, but when your back's turned, you are the talk of the town. It reminds me of, the Hollywood actress Marilyn Monroe. When she was alive, everybody's goes on her side, but once she's talk of the town until now. Okay, so I have a quote for promise. Okay, so listen. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Promise or promises is a big word. Big word. It either makes something to or it breaks. Okay, that's a big word. So because that's actually, I really love this kind of content so that people will think that, oh, wait a minute, kaping mainit. You drop your promise and then all of a sudden, last minute, you can't. Who you think you are, okay? So don't be so snobby when it comes to that. But you know what, guys? Here's the thing that I really, really like, and I really admired one of our friend, uh, Jerome Craig. Okay, the average man unplugged. I really admire that brother. Okay, because when Frank invited him to come here, and then when first time he came here in the Philippines, he did. Even though that for black people you cannot really uh, arrive on time, but he did visit us. On the second time, he did, even though he's late, but he did visit us. So I just really admire him for that. And I really appreciate it. Okay? So, promise is a big word that you have to not to breaks. Or if you cannot really keep your promise, it breaks everything. So this is one thing that I always say this, um, don't make promises that you can't keep. Okay, for me, a promise is can a breakable bond. Breakable. Take note, breakable bond with the person that you drop your promise. Once you broke your promise, that's the end of your friendship. because it's possible that happen that again and again and again and again again and again and again and again again again. Oh my Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I just really love that, to deal with that because, there's a thing that I really want to voice out that because I don't want that keep on my corazon. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those who come and give me a like. Okay, I really appreciate that. So next time I will try my best if I can able, guys, because the Christmas, every year we celebrate a Christmas party here in my community. But the thing is, if I gonna do live, there's a lot of copyright thing because of course there's a music. So if I gonna do mute, you don't really hear it for that. So I don't know. I hope that YouTube will stop doing the copyright thing because if there's a lot of copyright thing or strike, they will monetize you. So I really avoid that thing. And before I do have karaoke things, but I have a hard time, to trim that. So I hope one day YouTube will allow us to do live, even though that there's a same music. So I really want to do a live this coming Saturday. Well, actually, that's the party will start at 8 p.m. So I don't know, maybe a little short for that. Because I tried to last year, I tried to upload that, but there's a copyright thing. The music. You don't really enjoy if there's if it's a mute and then you put another songs. So because our theme is retro attire. So well, this is funny thing is because I told Frank I want to because there's a retro attire contest. So last year is masquerade, so I'm not really into that. So this time, I really want to participate, the retro attire. Because I have some clothes that, like in not really into the retro, but it's similar to retro. And I love that. So I wish that I can uh, do that in a nice way. Well, let's see. Okay. So any question, my friend? And okay, I would like to make a love shout out also to my brother. My brother's um, Breath and Ryan. Ryan, thank you so much for always sending message on my WhatsApp. Okay, and of course to my brother MP and to my brother, brother Belly. The four brothers, you always in my heart, guys. Okay, and I really appreciate that. So I have some brothers also, but I just those are the fours that it really, really close to my heart, and they have a space in my heart. If okay, I give them space in my heart. How big is that secret? Secret, but they have space in my heart because they valued me and I valued them double, double. Okay, so what else? Oh my God, Christmas. Well, we don't, Christmas celebration here, or maybe just only my family, and New Year's, just family. So I don't know. That was There's a certain, there's a certain, each family, they have their own agenda, but it's okay for me, and no big deal. Mm, whew, 2025, just, how many days na lang. It's actually, guys, 2025, hold on. Mm, I have a good experience, 2025. Yeah, wait. Sad, happy, but more onto the happy thing, okay? But 2024, I don't really like that 2024. I don't, okay? But 2025, I like, 2025. So, any question? So, guys, this is my, uh, 2000, before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, because, Frank, all his, shirt. Oh, yes, correct. It sucked. Sucked. So this is before the pandemic, because, I noticed that, Frank, most of, polo shirt is Lacoste. And then, he has yellow that I like, golden yellow. And then there's a little stain. And then I told him that, would you mind if I will, if I gonna take that? And then he said, no, 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 let me buy, because this is, Lacoste for women. And then he said, that's for men. And then I told him, I don't really mind because I like the golden yellow. And then we go to different, Newport. We go to Newport. We go to Mega Mall. We go to Podium. And just to get this, because, they have, I told them, if we're gonna go to the mall, I want the, for female Lacoste, the red color. My goodness, some other mall they have color, but, red, but, it's not my size. So good thing that I found this in Mega Mall. Okay. So I don't really use this because, what, guys? I'm not really into the brand. Okay. But this is the expensive, the expensive polo shirt that I had. Okay. I'm not really into the brand conscious. So I don't want to wear this oftenly because I don't want to become, the faded color. So how much is this? About one $1 in, just like, and peso, guys, 6,000 pesos, over $100. So this is my expensive. So I told Frank, and then he noticed why I cannot sew in the, the Lacoste that, this is his gift to me because I really want to, to get his golden yellow Lacoste. But he said, no, this is for men. So I'm gonna give you for women. So I told him I don't want to, to fade the red color. So this is this is the second time. So the pandemic, it was before the pandemic, guys, huh? So how many years is that? Oh, 5 years. So to 2021, I think 2021 he bought this. So 2021 until now, this is twice that I wear this. Twice. Because I don't want, this is my only one. My only one. full. Typhoons, earthquakes. My Filipina went back to the Philippines for 6 months, but she's back now too. Oh yes, you know what? I really want to. One day I'm not really close my door, to visit United States. But as of now, I'm not really into that. Okay. But at the end of the day, I want to visit United States. Of course, I want to meet, Frank's family. It's different to meet them in person than the video call. So guys, this is my so I have a reindeer. But I'm not really into the brand thing, guys. Okay. So actually, I have some friends that, last October, I celebrated my birthday last October, and then he gave me money to buy, to buy an iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro. Okay. But until now, I did not bought it because I told them, it's kind of a, I don't really want because it's Christmas is coming and the price is so high because they think, some of the Apple store, they think that, oh, we need to higher the amount because, a lot of Filipinos receive their 30-month bonus. So I have to get that after Christmas so that, the price goes a little down. Okay, but, I already received the money that he sent to me to buy that iPhone. And so I was so happy to have that. And then I'm thinking, oh, I thought that this just what do you call that? I don't really expect that, but he did. He did. But I really appreciate that. Okay, I don't want to mention your name, but you know who you are. So maraming salamat sa iyo. Guys, so imagine guys, how much the price of that iPhone 17 is. Actually, because I want the latest, I want the latest iPhone. There's a lot of fake. There's a lot of fake iPhone here. Okay, because it's Christmas is coming. So I have to be careful about that because that amount that actually he sent me about 1,400 USD. So the money is still there. So update. I will update you once I get, my iPhone 17. Promise. Promise. So any question, guys? Okay, hold on. So any question? So once again, thank you so much, to Ronald. Thank you to Henry. Salamat. To Barry. Salam. Thank you so much. Who else? To Brother MP. Salamat. Any question na? Actually, here we expected a typhoon, but it's not, the landfall is not here in Luzon. It's in Mindanao, but, we still experience raining. Okay. So I hope later this morning it will not have rain because, I have to go somewhere else and get something. I'm gonna do a caroling. What? All that food that you cook for the person to not show up was travesty, travesty. Yeah, he did not come. That's why I eat, but it's okay because when I mentioned that, no next time, no next time, okay, no second chance. And in fact, those people are like that. They gonna suffer the consequence. Hmm. They cannot take, the spill on me. Okay. So let me sing and then I'm gonna close maybe 2 or 3 songs. So I'm gonna do a jingles, for send me, send me. I need a dollar, dollar, dollar. But anyway, guys, if you have some question, guys, feel free to drop your comment on the comment section, and I will read it. I will read it, and I will respond to you. I love this. I love this song by Dionne Warwick. So I love these songs because when I analyzed the lyrics, it's really nice. The title of this song, I'll never love this way again. Okay. Okay, so this is for 4 people on the live. So this is for you guys. Let me drink water first. So it's time for me to remove the microphone. I love this song. Hello. So this is for everyone. You look inside my fantasies and made each one come true. Something no one else had ever found a way to do. I keep memories one by one since you took me in. And I know I never loved this way again. I know I never loved this way again. So I keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I never loved this way again. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I like this part. A fool will lose tomorrow, reaching back for yesterday. I won't turn my head in sorrow if you should go away. I standing here and remember just how good it's been. And I know I never loved this way again. I know I never loved this way again. So I keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I'll never love this way again. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I know I never loved this way again, so I keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I never loved this way again. Hold on, hold on. I know I never loved this way again, so I keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I never loved this way again. Oh, that's a very nice song. Just two songs only, because my throat is hurts. Guess I'm not just prey. I'm not the kind to make it last forever. In my self-way, I think I'm clever till you cry. Do you wanna leave? You can let it go because you're strong. But one day without your love seems long, and I sigh, how I sigh. If this is love, darling, now the time to wake up. Hurting words can really shake up someone's life. If this is love, darling, it's time to stop pretending. We never have a happy ending while we cry. Is it a shame How an excuse to lead into another. After all this time we hurt each other. Isn't it same? Time make it trains. Time to find the things we both believed and talk about and stay. Not living. If it is love, darling, now it's time to wake up. Hurting words can really shake up someone's life. If this is love, darling, it's time to stop pretending a happy ending while we cry. If this is love, darling, now it's time to wake up. Hurting words have really shaken someone's life. I'm sure, guys, are gonna do a copyright for this, but I don't sing a lot, so one more song before I gonna end up this, because it's already 1:35 p.m. Oh. Actually, before I love to join on the karaoke, even though that my voice is not really as good as what you think. My voice is just like a sick frog. So, well, that's the thing that, I love music. I love to sing. Who cares about my voice? If you cannot really stand for my voice, then free to leave. And then for those ones to hear my voice, I really appreciate that. Okay. So another song that one of my favorite, one of my el favorito. So let's do a canción for yours eyes only. I love Jane's band. Okay. So this is for you, Ronald. Okay. Huh? I, it's not a karaoke. Sorry. All right. So I found it. So this is my last song, guys. For your eyes only can see me through the night. For your eyes only, I never need to hide. You can see so much in me, so much in me that's new. I never felt until I look at you. For your eyes only, Only for you. You see what no one else can see. No, I'm breaking. Only for you. The love I know you needed me. Then to see you feeding me. Only for you. Only for you. For your eyes only, the night are never cold. You really know me, that's all I needed to know. Maybe I'm an open book because I know you're mine. But you will need to read between the lines. For your eyes only. Only for you. You see what no one else can see. Now I'm breaking free for your eyes only. Only for you. The fashion that collided me to all the pain inside of me. Only for you. For your eyes only. My goodness. I don't give a justice for the song, but I love the song. Did I sing one, two, three? Okay. Maybe this one is the last one. I don't give a justice for this song. That's funny. Angela Boffel. I like also Angela Boffel. Let me try this. And then this is final song, guys. You know, this is my good night song. Break it too. Did you think that your smile could hide what's on your mind? No matter how I try, I just couldn't be so blind. But I close, but people grow, and they sometimes go apart. There's just one thing I ask you. Are you have changed your heart? Break it. Break it to me gently. At least to live with my pride. Try to spare my feelings. If the feelings had to die. Break it to me gently. If you have to say goodbye. I'm not ashamed to admit I really hurt inside. After all this, her feelings, why should I make them hide? But I won't hold you back. There'll be no pulling on my sleeve. Just to let down easy and go softly when you leave. Break it to me gently. If you have to, then tell me your lies. Break it to me gently, at least to live with my pride. Try to spare my feelings, if the feelings have to die. Break it to me gently if you have to say goodbye. You always knew that you had on my heart. It's still yourself if you want to take it. Where do you go if you must be gentle when you break it? To touch, break it to me gently if you have to say goodbye. Break it to me gently if you had to say goodbye. Okay, that's all, guys. So, yes, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And for those who come and spend time with me, I really appreciate that, guys. So, until next time, hasta luego, adios, feliz Navidad in advance to everyone. So, see you next time. Babush! Bye bye.